I sincerely appreciate you choosing to watch one of my videos. Here we have 3 stories involving dark web mystery boxes. Have you ventured onto the dark web? Comment below.
As the clock struck midnight, Alex's eyes widened as he took a deep breath and clicked the final button to complete his purchase of the mysterious box from the dark web. He had been warned that this was not for the faint-hearted, but he wanted to experience the thrill of the unknown. His curiosity had gotten the best of him, and now he was on the verge of unlocking the secrets that lay within the box. Days passed, and Alex had almost forgotten about the box. But deep down, he knew it was always there, waiting for him, lurking in the shadows like a dark omen. Then, on a stormy night, there was a knock at the door. It was as if the very fabric of reality was tearing apart, revealing the horrors that lay beyond. As he approached the door, he noticed a package sitting on his doorstep. It was cold and damp to the touch, as if it had been exposed to the elements for an eternity. Nervously, he opened it to find a wooden box with strange symbols inscribed on its surface, as if they were etched by a madman's hand. Without a moment's pause, Alex lifted the lid, and what he saw inside filled him with terror. The box was filled with human teeth, each one a testament to the horrors that lay beyond. It was as if the box was a gateway to a dark and twisted world, where reality itself was warped and twisted beyond recognition. A letter lay on top of the teeth, its words pulsating with a malevolent energy. "You have opened Pandora's box. Good luck surviving what's to come." Alex tried to shake his fear and push the box to the back of his mind, but it was easier said than done. Every night he would hear strange noises coming from the box, as if the very fabric of reality was being torn apart by some unspeakable force. It was as if the box was alive, and it was trying to communicate with him, beckoning him into a world of darkness and despair. Each night was a waking nightmare for Alex, as he jolted up from his sleep in a cold sweat, his body quivering with fear. The horrors he witnessed within the box had permanently shattered his once sound mind, leaving him a mere shell of his former self. He was plagued with the knowledge that he had foolishly opened Pandora's box, unleashing a malevolent force upon the world that was beyond his comprehension. The consequences of his actions would be far-reaching and catastrophic, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. One night, the noises from the box grew louder and more insistent. It was as if something was trying to escape from within, clawing at the walls of reality, desperate to break free from its prison. Then suddenly, the box burst open, and a black mist filled his room. Alex tried to run to the door, but something grabbed his ankle, pulling him back. He turned to see that the mist had taken shape and become a monster, a thing of unspeakable horror that defied all logic and reason. As Alex stood frozen in terror, he noticed something strange happening to the mist. It began to retreat back into the box, and the monster disappeared along with it. Suddenly, he heard a voice whispering, "Close the box and never open it again." Without hesitation, Alex shut the lid and locked it, vowing to never open it again. The nightmares ceased, and he slowly began to piece his life back together. Years went by, and Alex moved on with his life. He donated the box to a museum, where it was safely kept away from the public's reach. The screams that once emanated from the box were never heard again. Alex knew that he had made a grave mistake by opening the box, but he also knew that he had been given a second chance. He lived the rest of his life with the knowledge that the world was a dangerous and unpredictable place, and that sometimes, it was best to leave certain things unexplored.
Once upon a time, there was a reckless YouTuber who was known for his death-defying stunts and thrill-seeking vlogs. He was never satisfied with the mundane and always craved something more exhilarating to satiate his thirst for adventure. So, when he heard about the mysterious objects sold on the dark web, he knew he had to have them. The YouTuber ordered a mystery box, not knowing what he was getting himself into. Weeks later, the box arrived, shrouded in mystery and secrets. He decided to share his discovery with his audience and live-streamed himself opening the box. As the lid creaked open, an ancient stench wafted from within. The YouTuber's heart raced as he pulled out the objects, his fingers trembling with excitement and fear. A rusty knife, a tarnished silver ring, and a brittle parchment scroll lay before him. Each item seemed to radiate an aura of malevolence, an ominous energy that made the hairs on the back of his neck stand up. But the YouTuber ignored the warning signs and continued with the live stream, eager to show his viewers the forbidden artifacts he had acquired. As he examined each item, he felt a cold presence hovering over him, watching his every move. The shadows in the room seemed to grow longer, and he felt as if he was being suffocated by an invisible force. Over the next few days, the YouTuber's behavior became increasingly erratic. He stopped sleeping, plagued by vivid nightmares of dark figures creeping towards him. He felt as if he was being followed by an invisible entity, always lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Despite his audience's concern, the YouTuber refused to acknowledge the danger he was in. He became obsessed with the mystery box, spending every waking moment trying to decipher its secrets. But the more he delved into the artifact's history, the more he realized the grave mistake he had made. It wasn't long before the YouTuber vanished, leaving his fans to wonder what had happened to him. But those who dared to dig deeper knew the truth. The objects in the mystery box had cursed him, claiming his soul and dragging him down to the depths of hell. Now, if you venture deep enough into the dark web, you can hear his screams echoing through the ether. The YouTuber's restless spirit haunts the digital realm, a warning to all those who dare to tempt fate and explore the forbidden corners of the internet.
I hope you enjoy the content I upload. If you like what I'm doing, why not think about clicking on the subscribe button to keep up to date on my uploads. Thank you all for the great support.
Emily was a curious girl, always looking for a thrill. She had heard rumors about the dark web from her friends, and it sparked her interest. Her curiosity led her to spend countless hours browsing the internet's darkest corners, always searching for something new and exciting. One fateful day, Emily stumbled upon a listing for a mystery box. The description promised unknown treasures and rare finds, and she was immediately intrigued. Despite the warnings of her friends, who cautioned her about the dangers of the dark web, Emily paid for the box and eagerly waited for it to arrive. Days passed, and the box never came. Emily tried to contact the seller, but there was no response. She grew increasingly frustrated and disappointed, but eventually, she gave up and moved on with her life. But the mystery box was not done with Emily. One night, she began to feel an uneasiness that she couldn't shake. It was as if someone was watching her, lurking in the shadows. She heard strange noises and felt a presence in her room. Emily started to feel like the seller of the mystery box was following her, always one step behind. As the days went on, Emily noticed strange occurrences happening around her. Her phone would ring, and nobody would be on the other end. Her front door would be left slightly ajar, even though she knew she had locked it. Footsteps would echo behind her as she walked to her car. Emily started to feel like she was losing her mind, but deep down, she knew that something was not right. One evening, Emily came home to find a note stuck to her front door. It was unsigned, but she knew it was from the mystery box seller. The note read, "I told you not to mess with the dark web. You belong to me now." Emily's blood ran cold. She knew that she had made a grave mistake by ordering that mystery box. She felt like the seller was now stalking her and was getting closer with each passing day. She didn't know what to do, who to turn to, or where to go. All she knew was that her life was in danger. Days turned into weeks, and Emily became a prisoner in her own home. She felt like she was being watched, like every move she made was being monitored. The seller of the mystery box had taken control of her life, and she didn't know how to break free. In a desperate attempt to protect herself, Emily contacted the authorities. She told them everything, from the moment she had ordered the mystery box to the note on her front door. Thankfully, the police arrived just in time to stop the mystery box seller from harming Emily. It turned out that the mystery box seller was a notorious criminal on the dark web, known for preying on unsuspecting victims. Emily had unknowingly ordered from him, and he had targeted her for weeks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Emily had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death. But the story doesn't end there. Emily learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of the dark web and was grateful that she had escaped unharmed. From that day forward, she made a promise to herself never to order anything from the dark web again. But even though she had escaped the clutches of the mysterious box seller, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Emily started to notice strange occurrences happening again. Her phone would ring, and nobody would be on the other end. Her front door would be left slightly ajar, even though she knew she had locked it. Footsteps would echo behind her as she walked to her car. Emily knew that the mystery box seller was still out there, waiting for his next victim. But even after the incident, Emily couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. She started to see the mysterious figure in her dreams, the same figure that had left the note on her door. She tried to ignore it, but it was impossible. Emily was consumed by fear, and it was slowly taking over her life. The nightmares became more frequent, and the figure in her dreams started to become more vivid. Emily could see the details of his face, the wrinkles on his forehead, and the darkness in his eyes. It was as if he was trying to communicate with her, but Emily couldn't understand what he wanted. Emily's fear began to affect her daily life, and she couldn't focus on anything else. She started to distance herself from her friends and family, afraid that the mysterious figure would hurt them too. Emily knew that she needed help, but she didn't know where to turn. One day, while browsing the internet, Emily stumbled upon a website that promised to help people with nightmares. The website claimed that they could interpret dreams and provide a solution to make them go away. Emily was skeptical at first, but she decided to give it a try. She contacted the website, and they asked her to describe her dreams in detail. Emily told them everything about the mysterious figure, the note, and the fear that was consuming her. The website told her that she was not alone and that many people had similar nightmares after encountering dangerous people on the dark web. The website recommended that Emily visit a therapist who specialized in treating trauma victims. They also suggested that she try meditation and other relaxation techniques to calm her mind. Emily took their advice and started to see a therapist. She also started to meditate regularly, and slowly, her nightmares started to fade away. Months passed, and Emily started to feel like her old self again. She reconnected with her friends and family, and even started dating someone new. However, she couldn't help but wonder what had happened to the mysterious figure. She knew that he was still out there, and it scared her. One day, while walking back from work, Emily saw a figure standing in the shadows. It was the same figure from her nightmares, the same figure that had left the note on her door. Emily froze, and the figure started to walk towards her. Emily's heart was pounding, and she didn't know what to do. The figure stopped in front of her, and Emily could see his face clearly. It was the same face from her nightmares, the face that had haunted her for months. But instead of feeling fear, Emily felt a strange sense of calm. She knew that the figure was not there to harm her, but to tell her something. The figure spoke, and his voice was calm and soothing. He told her that he was sorry for scaring her, and that he had never intended to hurt her. He explained that he was a former dark web criminal, but had turned his life around after spending time in prison. He had seen Emily's order for the mystery box and had sent her the note to scare her away from the dark web. Emily listened to him and felt a sense of relief wash over her. She realized that the figure was not a threat, but a messenger. He had come to give her a message, and she had received it loud and clear. Emily thanked the figure and watched as he disappeared into the shadows. From that day forward, Emily never saw the mysterious figure again. But she knew that he had given her a valuable lesson about the dangers of the dark web. She had learned to be more cautious and to think twice before making any decisions online. Emily was grateful for the experience, and she knew that it had changed her life forever.